What's up, y'all? I'm your host, MasterBoris. As always, welcome to the stream. Sorry I'm late, you know what I'm saying, today. Well, dang, it's pretty much Thursday. It's midnight. 30 minutes after midnight, you know what I'm saying? But we here. We are here still. And we're just going to talk about a few things, a few topics, which I'm going to be doing on this channel, you know what I'm saying, on the stream. What's up, YouTube? I'm here. I'm streaming for the first time in I don't know how long. Thank you for coming, and thank you for, watching this if you missed it, because I will be having it up. I'm streaming it on YouTube this time. Welcome to the stream, ladies and gentlemen. There's this old thing I used to do back in the day on YouTube, and it really helped out my YouTube quote-unquote career, called MasterBoris Ramblings, where I ramble about a lot of things, a lot of topics, mostly about gaming news and stuff like that, but we're going to be talking about other stuff as well. So I'm going to move it over towards my streams, and I'm going to have me some segments where we're just going to have a conversation. We're going to have a discussion about a few things that's going on in the world. So now we are about to talk about some few things. This is going to be a short stream, by the way. You know what I'm saying? It's been a long day. I've been meaning to stream earlier, but it's been a long day for your boy. You know what I'm saying? But later on today, which is Thursday, I got y'all on the gameplays, or whatever y'all want to talk about in the chat. So there you have it. I'm just going to start it off. You know what I mean? Let's just get right to the nitty gritty. Because it happened, less than like 12 hours ago of all the stuff that's been going on. Hold on for a second. Hold on. Yeah. There we go. We are here. We're gonna do it like this. You know what I'm saying? A lot been going on in the gaming world. It's going to be a lot of stuff that I'm going to be talking about that's controversial, and the things I'm going to be saying is controversial because, I have to put it out there because I don't like how things is going. I like some things, that is, going well when it comes down to what right now we're talking about gaming. But as of this very moment, no. And then what we're about to talk about here is Microsoft. Now, if you have been following me for the past 2 years, and I also had a podcast exposing Microsoft and their business practices and what's going to come of it, even before the trial with the FTC. You know what I'm saying? As they was acquiring Activision and Blizzard King, and eventually they got it. They got the Call of Duty. They got the Overwatch. They got the other games, the other studios that comes with it. But now, we have this here. All the Xbox games canceled and studio closed in Microsoft's latest massive layoffs. Now, I did a 2-hour podcast with a good friend of mine, Antonio C.R. Murray, about Xbox team, Phil Spencer, incompetent ass, and Microsoft as a whole when it comes down to the Xbox brand. They don't care about the brand. They don't care about video games for real. They just want to buy out the market. They just want to buy out and own everything outright and put it in foreclosure. Just like they're doing right here. Because I'm hearing most of the layoffs is from the gaming studios like Sledgehammer Games, Raven and all that, Raven Games and all that. Those type of companies that makes Call of Duty. That made the Call of Duty games. You know what I'm saying? So where we going here? So the mass layoffs of today, July 2nd, impacted many areas of the company's spiraling business, including Xbox. Overall, Microsoft has said to be cutting 4% of its staff worldwide, affecting about 9,000 people. Microsoft is an enormous company that employs more than 200,000 people globally. The exact number of cuts of Xbox is unknown, but Microsoft has confirmed layoffs of multiple studios, game cancellations, and entire studio closures. Phil Spencer sent a memo to staff today addressing the cuts, claiming the job losses were necessary to allow enduring success of Xbox. What success? What success are you talking about? Because it's been low tier since the Xbox Series X and Series S came out. I don't even think you sold half of what the Nintendo Switch 1 sold, or PS4. What success are you talking about here? The only success that you have is closing out and minimize games, consolidate them to the point where gaming companies that are under your brand feels uncertain after the Activision Blizzard King deal. You see, I told you this already. I exposed Microsoft business practices along with my friend Antonio almost 2 years ago. And I told you this was going to happen. And y'all want Microsoft to buy Sega. Are you freaking kidding me? Now, if that was the case, man, I would be so sick to my stomach if Microsoft bought Sega. Some of you Xbox fanboys, some of you gamers are very gullible and don't have a backbone and don't know the business at all. You're not seeing the bigger picture. You only see it as, well, maybe a Microsoft buying all these studios is a good thing. There's some people think that it was a good thing that they bought Activision and Blizzard King while, Microsoft was acquiring it during the time. Come to find out, in the end, it wasn't. And you see it right here. You think this is good news? Huh? You think this is good news? The success of Xbox today is the result of a tough decision Microsoft made previously, Spencer said. We must make choices now for continued success in future years. As a key part of that strategy is the discipline and to prioritize the strongest opportunities, he added. We will protect what is thriving and concentrate effort on areas with the greatest potential while delivering on the expectations the company has for our business. The focused approach means we can deliver exceptional games and experience for players for generations to come. Now, this is it, man. This is it. Even the CEO of Microsoft wanted to can Xbox in 2016. Maybe it was 2017. I don't remember. But it was somebody. I think it was a chick that worked on Halo. Begged him to keep Xbox going, and he did. I think in 2027 Xbox is done. As it was said on the emails during their trial, that what was going on, that was leaked during the FTC trial. Well, probably before that. Probably before the trial. When they was trying to acquire Activision Blizzard King. I mean, I was told And I said this before when I exposed Microsoft's business practices. I was told when Microsoft have their meetings, they don't even talk about Xbox at all. At all. It's not even the top of the discussion when it comes down to grand meetings of the corporate, sector of the company. It's not even talked about in any capacity. Like, I know Phil Spencer is stressed out, but he gonna use a black woman, promote her, while everything is crashing down within the Xbox brand, so she can take the fall. So she can be at fault. Sarah Bond, if I were you, I would jump out of a sinking ship today before you drown. They want you to drown, and they want only you to drown. I hope you realize that why they gave you a promotion for the Xbox brand. But you're going to find out when it's too late. You're going to find out when it's too late. You should have work with Nintendo or do mobile phone games or whatever. I was also told that Microsoft is planning on getting into the mobile, cell phone business, making games on the cell phones, and act like it as a publisher. We already seeing Xbox games going on PlayStation. We got Forza Horizon 5. We got Gears of War 1 remake coming on the PS5. And there's going to be more games. What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. But I told you so. I told you this almost 2 years ago, that this was going to happen. Y'all was cheering for Microsoft to take Activision Blizzard King, to acquire it, and y'all thought it was going to get better. No, it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. Like, y'all have no idea. They don't care about video games. They never did. They just did to fit in, just to see what was up, and then cheat on someone else's paper, That's all Microsoft been doing when it came down to the gaming market. Cheating on, looking at someone else's paper and cheating on them. Doing it word for word, bar for bar, just writing it down, just jotting the answers down. Thinking they can do the same thing, but they can't. They don't want to compete. They want to buy everything, consolidate, and then foreclose it, just like they're doing now. So let's see the Raven Software, a Call of Duty development studio, has been affected by the cuts. The studio co-developed 2024 Black Ops 6 and returns to be the co-developer of Black Ops 7. Raven is also known as work for Call of Duty Warzone. The exact number and nature of cuts at Raven is unknown. Now you got Turn 10 Studios, which is a Forza Motorsport developer, was hit significantly by the Xbox cuts. Nearly 50% of staff were let go, though it is not clear how many people this amounts to. The studio's last release was 2023 Motorsport for the PC and Xbox Series X and S. Now we got Rare. Nintendo should have just kept Rare, man. Like, I don't... you see what's going on? It's like whatever Microsoft touches, it gets ruined. Or they don't do nothing with it. They have a huge track record of that. Like, all these gaming companies All these gaming studios they bought and they don't do nothing with them. They don't make no quality games. You know, if they do, it'd be shooter. They can't make anything else. They bought Skype and they ruined that. You know, it's just they have a huge track record of stuff that they ruin. I can't even think of anything on the top of my head right now. But those things I just said, but they have. Everwild is canceled, guys. If you're looking forward to a game called Everwild, it has been canceled. It's not coming out. This game was announced in 2019! 2019! We're halfway through 2025! Been in development for 10 years! Before this decision came down, anonymous developers speaking to VG said Rare couldn't find the right direction for this project even after it was rebooted. A new MMORPG from the Elder Scrolls Online developer ZeniMax Online Studio, which also Microsoft bought. Codename Blackbird was said to be canceled. It reportedly had been in development since 2018. And longtime executive Matt Fearer reportedly leaving the company. And now we got Perfect Dark. Remember Perfect Dark when they showed the trailer? And it looked kind of foo-foo. And we ain't like the new... I don't know the main character Perfect Dark. That ain't the one that was on the Nintendo 64. I know that much. The initiative is closing shop, and its first game, the new Perfect Dark, has been canceled. A report from May 2024 has said the new Perfect Dark game was in rough shape. Yeah, it was. This chick looked like a man. High Noon Studios have been affected by the Xbox cuts too. According to Charlie Intel, the studio has for years supported Call of Duty Warzone and other Call of Duty projects. Sledgehammer Games, as I was saying earlier. They've been affected by this. Blizzard, Warcraft Rumble. Like, this is crazy in the hood. And then Phil Spencer says, hey, he's not leaving anytime soon. Yeah, not right now. Maybe later on, where they don't need you anymore. You know what I'm saying? Hold on for 1 second. Let me see. What's going on here? What is up with my... What's up with my YouTube stream? Hold on, guys. YouTube stream is kind of funny. I gotta play with the settings on my OBS, man. With Twitch and Kick, I don't have to do all that. I don't have to do all that. But yeah, man. It's crazy in the hood. Talking about it's completely made up that he's resigning. Alright. Which I didn't even know that was a rumor, to be honest with you. It was saying that why people are rushing to sell the Xbox Series X to GameStop right now. Because it is probably, you know, have no use. But yeah. But here's the thing though. They want to rely on AI to develop their games. And the next Xbox system is supposed to be heavy on AI. as well. And that concerns me. I just hope it bombs. I hope it bombs. My Xbox brands deserve what they're gonna get, or what they're not gonna get, because they really try to backdoor a lot of companies like Nintendo and Sony to get ahead, and they're gonna pay the price for it, even though, they could bounce back. But what games do they have where, dang, man, I really want to get an Xbox Series X. What game screams that in 2025? Like, you can only play it on Xbox Series X or S. It's exclusively in those systems to play on. Not PC, not PlayStation, not Nintendo. It's only on Xbox Series X and S. What game can you name me that you like, man, I gotta get an Xbox Series X? Bruh, listen, my Xbox Series X is right here. And I got another one. I have 2 Xbox Series X's. Because I bought one for my dad. And he just be watching YouTube most of the time. Using the Xbox Series X. He don't even be playing games like that. I got 2 Xbox Series X's. One PS5. One Switch 2. One Switch 1. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. It's crazy. So for those of you probably saying I'm a Sony fan, bro, I got all the consoles, bro. I got all the consoles. So you can kill that noise. Got 2 Xbox Series X's. Think one of them I think I got 2 of them like a week, maybe 2 weeks after it came out. And usually I don't do that. Usually we wait a year or 2 to get a new console after it comes out. But I broke that code, that tradition, when I got the PS5. Yeah, PS5. Anyway, back to Microsoft. What they talking about, with the AI stuff, man, it concerns me. They were investing heavily on artificial intelligence and try to update, their revenue with using their AI tools, which they have, which is pretty cool. Copilot is something, but I don't know if they're going to use Copilot on this new Xbox system. Probably. Well, I'm gonna tell you guys something, because they also talking about Amazon in this article as well, laying off people due to AI efficiency. Guys, if you in the corporate world, you're not in a safe place when it comes down to jobs. I'm telling you that right now. You're not in the safe. If you do like software engineering, you're not safe. You are not. Your job that you are working on right now in the corporate world, you are not safe. You're going to get let go in any day now. You better find a backup plan, because I'm telling you right now, it's happening in real time. People are getting laid off. If you in the corporate world right now, you better think of something fast. Because these companies, the head of these companies are laying these employees off so they can rely on AI. You are not safe at all. Like someone said, these layoffs are unusual in the longer history of American business. When you see thousands of workers laid off, it's been deindustrialization of companies in crisis, but the tech companies are the most valuable in human history. Man. I'm starting to be, well, I was already convinced that that whole pandemic thing was just a stall, was just to slow everybody down for thriving, especially black-owned businesses. I don't care what nobody say. I really think so, because black businesses were booming until the pandemic hit us, and they had everybody in the house due to a weak-ass freaking COVID. You know, and couldn't even go outside or do it, trying to strip us away from freedom. But that's besides the point. Y'all already know my take on that. It's unfortunate that people are no longer with us because of it. People no longer with us because of some shots that people took willingly. But I digress. This about Microsoft. Yeah, but here's the thing though. You have to understand. You gamers have to understand. Microsoft was never there for you. It just, like, they got lucky with the Xbox 360. They got lucky. It was a fluke. It was a fluke. I look back on it and I was like, yeah, because they had the party chats, they had the online, the live. Halo 3 was booming. Gears of War, and I like Gears of War. You know, the 360, they will never have that strive like that ever again, because that was pure luck. And a lot of gamers believed in Microsoft visions with Xbox. They're the reason why we have DLC in the first place, and microtransactions, and every other company like Sony and Nintendo follow suit. Like in the modern times of gaming, they're the ones that was talking about AAA titles first, which I don't believe in AAA titles. I don't even believe that term. They did all of that. Then they came out with the Xbox One. They messed up with the DRM stuff with the camera, the Kinect there, because at first the Kinect, you had to connect it to the Xbox One at all times to be online with it. Well, y'all consumers, y'all gamers did a good job on that, of not wanting that to happen. I wish. Well, yeah. These gamers today, man, they're not strong-willed for me. Y'all not strong-willed. I think it's the younger generation, man. Y'all not strong-willed. Y'all gullible as hell. And y'all don't really play games like that. Y'all watch it on YouTube and not experiencing it for yourselves and see if you like it or not. But most people that are complaining about these games today don't even play them. So y'all not truly gamers at all. Yeah, I said what I said. I'm going to stand 10 toes down. With my hands up or down. Or I'm going to clap on it. I said what I said, and I meant it. Gamers today are soft. Soft. And if they do want something when it comes down to games, it'd be something stupid. It'd be stuff that don't make any sense. Or here comes the, nerf and buff this character or this type of gun or whatever. It's just a lot of gamers want their hand to be held all the time. Back in my dad, we had to figure it out. Or we read the instruction manual that came with the freaking cartridge or CD, whatever. And it'll tell you little bits and pieces of the game, but you had to figure out the rest. Now you can just watch other people on YouTube and find out what to do. On the internet, or the game tells you in game. Because they got some hints and tools to help you with in order to beat a certain level or beat a certain character, what have you. But yeah, I'm kind of done talking about Microsoft, man. I told y'all this was going to happen almost 2 years ago. And nobody watched it. Nobody listened, for real. That Xbox is going down. It's not going to go up. I hope y'all know that. It's not going to go up. It's going to go down. It's going to be a lot of studio cancellations, a lot of closings, grand opening, grand closings under Microsoft. So I suggest, stick with PlayStation, stick with Nintendo, stick with, I guess, Steam, stick with Sega. I'm hearing Sega is gonna make a huge comeback. Now, if Sega comes to back to the console market, I think gamers will realize what's up. Why certain games need exclusive to the respectable systems. Why console systems need competition, because Sega was very competitive when it came down to console wars. We still got the Sega Nintendo rivalry. Maybe y'all understand then, because I don't understand why you want a PS exclusive game to be on PC and PlayStation exclusive games that's supposed to be exclusive on PlayStation is not doing so well on PC. It's not. It's a waste of time. I need PlayStation to stop. But yeah, man, let's move on to the next topic. I'm getting tired of this. But y'all been heard it from me first. Like when I did a video with my friend Antonio, we told you what Microsoft was doing. There was plenty of emails been leaked that Microsoft don't want to play fair. They want to play dirty, want to backdoor different companies, want to take advantage of PlayStation and Nintendo. Didn't work, but they took advantage of Activision and Blizzard. As you see. But yeah, moving on. Next topic. We got this Diddy situation. He did not get charged. The serious charge of, the RICO. But he is remaining in jail until his sentencing later this year. They try to get him to be released on bail. It did not happen. The judge denied it. But he was acquitted on the serious allegations. Now, I have not been keeping up with the Diddy trial because I had a feeling this was going to happen. Like, they're going to have him walk later on. I don't think he's going to do 20 years. They're going to have him walk, I would say 3 to 5 years from now. They're going to let him do some time, but it ain't going to be the whole 20. Nah. They're going to wait until things cool down, because right now everybody's talking about this darn trial, this verdict. Diddy, Puffy, Love, whatever you want to call himself. Zesty Demon, I don't know. They're going to wait until it dies down, and then all of a sudden, he walked. He's outside. What gets me is that people, after all people were saying about him, Cassie, Kid Cudi, or whoever was in that trial that testified against him, people still supporting Diddy? After all the evidence? Because, you know, there's some things that the powers that be don't want the public to know. Because there's a lot of people that's associated with Diddy when it comes down to gatherings and his parties. They don't want it to come out. Because there's a lot of important figures that was behind Diddy in all this mess that he was doing. He's gonna take the fall. They say he's gonna do 20 years. A jury of 8 men and 4 women convicted Combs of 2 counts of transportation to engage in pro and acquitted him from more serious charges of racketeering and sex trafficking. So, they say he's facing 20 years in prison for the 2 charges he's been convicted of. The prosecution said it would seek the maximum sentence. Each count carries up to 10 years. The judge proposed October 3rd as the sentencing date, but Combs' legal team said it will push for expedited sentencing. He said, "We're going to make it through this. I'll see you when I get out. I love you all. Be strong." A lot of these celebrities are now want to say something now. They was quiet on this about this trial the entire time. I'm talking about the celebrities that was associated with Diddy, partied with Diddy, put baby oil on each other on Diddy. Now they want to talk. These zesty demons want to talk now. Like, after all this, those same people that were quiet, those same people that was probably talking crap about him or that was against him on this trial, are going to be the same people that's going to party with him when he gets out. Hanging out with him like they wasn't talking shit about him. That's the crazy part. And he said, "I'm going to be home soon." That lets you know right there, they're not going to he ain't going to stay in no prison for 20 years. Then I'm hearing that they're saying Donald Trump was going to pardon him. Man, something about to go down, bro. I didn't pay attention to nothing about this trial at all, guys. I really don't care. Because a lot of people was asking me about this trial. Friends were talking about it. Co-workers talking about it. People on Twitter were talking about it. I didn't, because I had a feeling. They say he faced up to 20 years, but bro, I'll be surprised if he rots. He rots and there for 20 years in prison. But there was something on my phone I had. I wanted to read to y'all about Diddy. About Diddy, huh? Where did it go? I'm trying to find it real quick on my phone. Let me see something real quick. Dang, hold up. Where is the... Let's see. Oh, Suge Knight. Suge Knight had something to say about it. Suge Knight. He claims a former Interscope employee was tasked with delivering underage girls for sex and says Diddy was involved from the start. Suge Knight also alleged Diddy has worked with the FBI his entire career, which I believe, and that his company was funded with drug money by a man later released from prison by Barack Obama. He also adds that Clive Davis and Russell Simmons groomed Diddy, who then groomed stars like Usher and Justin Bieber to gain power and control. Yeah, that's the gist of it. But yeah, he man, bro. I swear, man. This industry needs to go down in the bottom pits of hell. The way at the bottom of the pits of hell. It's a lot. It's not just him. That's the thing. It's not just him. Y'all people thinking that he's the only one that's doing this type of stuff. That has been said already. There's other people behind him that's doing this too. Listen, if he do gets out, he gonna have to have some tight security at all times if he walks, like if he gets out. Cause the streets are gonna be talking and the streets are gonna be knowing where Diddy at so I can get at him. I like the fact they talked about the past, about what Diddy done to Cassie, and Cassie was there testifying. But they ain't talk about the fact that he might have something to do with Notorious B.I.G.'s death. They ain't bring that up. And they said Sean Diddy Combs has finally be held accountable. No, he hasn't. Not really. He probably think in his mind he ain't did nothing wrong. And he feels so confident that he's gonna get out really soon. And I hope I'm wrong that I said that he was gonna get out in 2 to 5 years from now. He's not gonna do the whole 20. I hope I'm wrong. I hope he rots in jail. I mean, look at his track record, man. Like, come on. But listen, there's a lot of Diddy's out there. That's not even in his skin complexion, is what I'm saying. It's a lot of Diddy's out there. Now I do get, because I did make a video on my YouTube channel. It's called No More Diddy Parties. That they're trying to make him the face of this Rico sting. Just like they made R. Kelly the face of, I guess, sexual abuse, messing with underage girls, stuff like that. They always want to mess with the quote-unquote black entertainers first to make an example, knowing that you made all this money with the Caucasian executives and they can tear your ass right back down. Now, when they do their own people like that, they give them the benefit of the doubt, or they get more studies of why they do what they do. They take their time with their own people, even though they know they're wrong for doing what they're doing. They still give them the benefit of the doubt. But quote unquote black entertainers, nah, not so much. If you going to jail, you going to jail. But I feel like Diddy is gonna walk. because he has a certain role he got to play for the executives. I don't think he's gonna rot for 20 years in prison. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think so. Not the way how they said what he said in this article here. I don't know, man, but to be honest with you, it is whatever, because a lot of these celebrities, they don't even be in like regular prisons. Like they got like, you know, certain prisons that celebrities really be on to like put you in check if you don't do exactly what you're told to do in order to make it in this entertainment game. They did that with Snoop Dogg. They did that with Lil Wayne, DMX a couple times. All these rappers, all these singers, well, mostly rappers, because they're more aggressive. They have to break their moral code and do what type of music they're not really used to doing, or type of things behind the scenes that they're not used to doing. Strange things for a piece of change. Y'all know the game. If you don't know the game by now, I mean, it's obvious at this point, because it's getting to a point where they're not even trying to hide it anymore. It is what it is, because they like what you're gonna do about it. I mean, you can tell everybody what's going on, but it's never gonna stop, because it's a tradition of certain things that you need to get to, and having all the worldly stuff and being praised by different people that, you know, that want to be around you because you're famous. You have a lot of money, but there's a price you have to pay in order to get to that certain level of success. Some celebrities got different roles than others, but they still have to do some strange things for a piece of change. They still have to go to these parties. Diddy can't do these parties anymore, but someone else is going to. Probably doing one right now, as we speak. It's crazy in the hood. But yep, he didn't get the serious charges of the racketeering and trafficking. It's just the 2 counts of transportation to engage in pro. You know, TOS. You know, I'm on Twitch. You know, YouTube as well. So I'm gonna say pro. Like I said it earlier. Yeah, man. Diddy, man. He is an S rank cessty demon. He is an S rank cessty demon. Like, the things that I heard and people say about him, because you know I'm somewhat in the entertainment business, the world really. Well, I would say mostly I had one foot in, one foot out. I ain't want to go deep. You know, into the business until I know everything about the business and how it works, the contracts. Because in the entertainment world, you can get really, you know, blown off. No pun intended, no Diddy. I'm talking about getting ripped off where you ain't making no money. And you did everything you could to make it. It's crazy in the hood, bro. And that yeah, man. I was about to say shout outs to Diddy, but no love. No love at all. I don't even too much care for the trial, like I said before, because I was just like, it's gonna be something. It's gonna be some loopholes that he's gonna get out of. He's gonna get into and get out. I hope I'm wrong, but I'm moving on to the next topic. Before I go, I want to talk about this whole Street Fighter cast. This live action cast is ridiculous, and I think it's a joke. I really think it's a joke. Let me see what. I really think it's a freaking joke. This can't be real. This movie cast can't be real. This has to be a parody of some sort. Like, what? like what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? This Street Fighter movie, this live action cast, I'm not feeling it. How Andrew Schultz? How can he be Dan? Andrew Schultz is like 6'9". How he can be Dan? Like, what? Andrew Schultz is not even Japanese. Like, see, now they doing the whole whitewashing thing again. We got this guy, he's supposed to be Ryu. This guy looks, he's supposed to be Ken. I don't see it. I mean, they can give him, they can dye his hair blonde. Now I can see her as Chun-Li. Roman Reigns as Akuma. I don't know. But it's good to see Jason Momoa and Roman Reigns being in the same room. And Jason Momoa is supposed to be Blanca. I can see that. I cannot see this guy as Bison. Is either he's gonna bulk up and get some muscle and be the Alpha 3 Bison, or he's gonna be Raw Julia, R.I.P. Bison, which he wasn't bad. He carried that movie. And who is this guy? Who is this guy? And 50 Cent as Balrog. That's what tripped me out. 50 Cent as Balrog. I mean, look. 50 Cent can play the tough guy, you know, that beats up people. You know, he's been doing that most of his career. You know. Him as Kanan, you know, in Power, you know what I'm saying? But Balrog is loud, obnoxious. You know, he's all about the money. You know, I can see him play the yo, I want my money Balrog, but him being loud of obnoxious, I can't see it. And we got WWE wrestler Cody Rhodes as Guile. How they gonna do his hairdo, man? Like, what is going on here? What is going on? This got to be a joke. Ain't no freaking way this is happening. And that's the cast so far. This is the cast. He's supposed to be Ryu. There's Noah guy supposed to be Ken. Kalina is supposed to be Chun-Li. Roman Reigns Akuma. Jason Momoa Blanca. David Das Machian Bison. Orville Peck is Vega. 50 Cent Balrog. Cody Rhodes got Andrew Schultz as Dan Hibiki. I'm still tripping out of this. Why Dan Hibiki? Why? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it, man. He like the Andrew. I can see Andrew Schultz being like the announcer of the movie, like round one fight that guy. But Dan, whatever, man. Whatever. Oh my gosh. That's all I got for y'all tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I'm about to go to bed. Those are my takes. Hopefully you enjoyed the stream, y'all. You know, hopefully y'all enjoyed the VODs. If y'all missed it, y'all want to watch it. Y'all watched it. Thank you. Helps a lot. I streamed on YouTube. So, yeah, all my YouTuber subscribers, y'all need to come to my streams too, because sometimes I might stream on YouTube as well. Yeah, we just gonna start my schedule, even though technically I did it on a Thursday and not Wednesday, but I'm gonna count it as a Wednesday because it was almost midnight when I started streaming. But I started talking at like 12 midnight. But yeah, I'm doing this again tomorrow. Well, later on today. So stay tuned. Follow me on the social medias, Instagram, X, you know, YouTube. You know, I will be streaming on Kick sometimes. But I just want to get the hang of streaming it on YouTube so people can come see me and interact with me in real time. But yeah, we out, guys.